Hello, Dr. Bridget here with another prescription for success, continuing the theme of managing your emotional state. I'm going to talk today about the art of dissociation. So sometimes we can get really stuck in our emotions, and that's good if they're positive. And it's also good to be aware of the emotions that you're doing and that you're feeling, so that if you need to, you can change them. But if they're negative, then that can be really quite uncomfortable. And I remember talking to a client a couple of weeks ago where an awful lot of things were happening, and most stuff was going really well, but there's some really big stuff that was going on in his head and around him, and he was just going over and over the negatives, and he had negative chatter, he wasn't sleeping, he was getting some pain, and he was just miserable and he couldn't get out of it. So it prompted me to do this blog and to tell you a little about association and dissociation. So association is where you're looking through your own eyes and you're actually in the emotion, so you're hearing through your own ears, you're feeling through your own body, and you're seeing through your own eyes, and you're there and you're in it. So that's what we call association. And dissociation is where you're no longer in it. You've sort of stepped out of yourself and you can't actually feel those emotions because you're just looking at yourself. And it's a really cool basis of most NLP patterns, which is to associate people into the issue, dissociate them out of the issue, get some resources out here, and then go back in with those resources, and everything changes and rewires. And it's also something that we can use as a tool with perceptual positions. So those of you that have heard of a fly on the wall, if you look at yourself by being a fly on the wall, then you can just think, oh, what's she doing and why is she doing that, and what effects that having, and take lots of learnings. So I can actually, I'm just going to step out and walk around here now, hopefully not slipping on the snow. And I can stand over here looking at myself. Now, I'm sitting on the cushion there, but I'm also here. So if I was doing a lot of negative emotions there, and I stepped out and had a look at myself going, what's she doing? Why is she so upset? And what are the learnings? Then the negative emotions tend to go. So that's what we call dissociation. And there's a whole, as I say, most of the NLP tools, if not all, involve some of that. So sit back down on the cushion to save sitting on the snow. So if you've got those negative emotions, just step outside of yourself. And if you're struggling and that doesn't help because you're really stuck in, then just ask for help. Get in touch with me, and we can actually remove those negative emotions in that way and give you those tools to be able to do that. And if you want to learn about doing this for other people, say if you're working with a team, if you're a coach, if you've got family members or friends that are emotional and you want to learn some skills to do that, then give me a shout, because I'm running 4 courses of NLP practitioner a year, and also all the way up to trainer's training level. So there's loads and loads of skills that you can learn from me in order to help yourself and to help other people. And really useful to remember that if you're stuck in your emotions, step outside, dissociate, and it'll all get better. The negative chatter will stop. Okay, so see you next week. Bye.